Hello folks, Fuzzfinger here, welcome to Lighting Returns. Before we do the main crux of this episode, there was something that we should have done last time, but we really did run out of time with that episode, and that is to loot the item that's down in this corner here of the map, which is just southwest of Aya's village. And we're going to go and hand that into Chocolini to get the next fragment for Daj's soul. So you might want to fight some Reapers on the way down just to max out your, what's it called, EP. You don't really want to go past 12 o'clock because we need a good few hours to do the next quest we're going to do in the next area. So I'm going to quickly grab that. The beloved's gift. And then I'm going to use the EP I've collected to teleport, to save some time, up to the Wildlands station. Now, we did do most of the side quests that are currently available here in the last episode, so this is the only thing left to do for the time being anyway. We're going to go and speak to Chocolina. I don't know why I don't sprint. Someone did mention that in the comments, but yeah, you can sprint to make sure you make use of it.
Miss Mighty Savior, what can I do for you on this fine day?
In a game where you are so limited by time, then sprinting is really not an option. A word of thanks, I'm just going to complete that. That's nothing to do with the quest I want us to do, but while it's there, we'll do it. The quest we need to do is this key to her heart, and that will require the beloved's gift that we just collected. So we're going to hand that in now, and hopefully we should get a cutscene.
My friend, here's what I promised you. A soul fragment, just like we talked about.
I thought you said it wasn't an item. And that's why you couldn't give it to Saz yourself, right?
Kind of. It's something that's in my heart. Here, I'll take it out for you right now. Give me a second here.
Okay, so we get our reward for that.
Here it is! One freshly baked smile fragment just for you!
I'm just relieved it doesn't smell like anything. Thanks. I've got this now.
No, thank you! I hope I've helped pay him back for everything he's done for me.
Pay him back for what? Now would be as good a time as any to tell me who you really are. How do you know Saz and Daj? And just exactly how did you end up with one of Daj's soul fragments inside you?
That's still a secret for me to know and you to find out. Remember, once you have all 5 fragments, give them to Saz, okay? And of course, I'll be there to witness everything. I promise. Chocoboco later!
Okay, so we have 3 out of the 5 fragments. The 3 that we can collect from the Wildlands, of course. We got the other 2 in the previous episode.
I think that things are beginning to come into focus.
What we're going to do now is head back over to Luxerion. There's a side quest I want us to do that has a very specific time that you have to do it in.
Don't forget to buy a ticket.
So yeah, we'll go to Luxerion. Now, basically, if you've been following my walkthrough, then you would have defeated the boss in Luxerion. I'm going to say the name, which is a spoiler, so if you haven't watched the previous episodes, turn off now. But you would have defeated Noel. The side quest I want us to do, which is called The Girl Who Cried Wolf, can only be completed within 24 hours of you killing that boss. So that's why we really need to do it now. We're starting at midnight. I am going to go ahead and freeze time because we've got a bit of a trek ahead, or we could teleport to the North Station and save us a journey. That will of course cost us our full range of EP. We'll have none left then to spend whatsoever, so on second thoughts I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to get to the North Station and pause the video until then. Okay, so once you've reached this part of the area, which is just outside of the northern station, you can see there on the map, you'll find a phone ringing. Make sure you answer it and that will start the next quest.
Please, somebody help me! Please!
What? Who is this? Who am I talking to?
Thank goodness. My name is Louise, and I'm being chased by some people.
You're being chased? Alright, stay calm. Do you know where you are?
I'm by the North Station, right outside the graveyard.
Okay, so that's going to accept the quest for us, the girl who cried wolf. If you can't accept the quest for whatever reason, if the phone's not ringing, make sure you've definitely done this quest 500 Enlightened Shadow. If you have done this and you can't accept the quest, then sadly it means you probably did this 5 quest more than 24 hours ago, in which case this new quest, which is only a side quest, is sadly lost forever. So once you've done that and accepted the quest, we're going to need to answer the next telephone, which is over in the Forsaken Graveyard, so that's where we're going to head to next. I'm not going to use chronostasis for the moment because we're not going to be doing anything else really apart from this quest until 6 o'clock, until the end of the day. So we can sort of not take our time because there's a lot of running to do, but I'm not going to be too concerned about the time at the moment, is what I'm saying. Just going to check we're going in the right way. I do have to keep checking the map in this game, I've noticed. I do get lost quite easily, but that's cool. That's no problem at all. The next one's not too far away. I can hear it ring. I'm just going to kill this thing. What? I did press the attack button, but for some reason it decided not to work. So anyway, these things are easy enough to kill with physical attacks. And then we're going to approach that second phone booth now. Sometimes they give you bonus EP and whatnot, which is why I did that. Here we go. Oh, just grab the medal off the floor. Silvered.
Somebody, help! Please help! They're after me. Is anybody there?
Louise? Is that you? Are they still after you?
Oh, is that you again? The girl who answered earlier? Those people chasing me? I lost them once, but they're back.
Looks like they don't know when to give up. Where are you? Do you see anything familiar around you?
I see the cathedral nearby, and then lots of people walking around the area.
Scream for help to get their attention. I'll try, but I can't promise I'll make it there in time.
Okay, I'll do that, but...
Don't you think the timing of the call was a little odd? It's like the phone rang when I got close.
Maybe they have eyes on that place. I think
Okay, so the next destination now is back at the South Station for the third telephone. So I'll speak to you in just a moment, folks.
The south of the city.
The phone again? Be careful. This might be a trap. Someone might be watching.
Think I'm being monitored?
Okay, so the third and final phone that we need to answer is down by the South Station there, you can see on the map. And once again, we'll examine it to proceed the quest.
Hello? Hello?
Louise, is that you? Are you okay?
Oh, thank goodness. I was hoping you'd answer. I'm sorry I ran away without waiting for you.
I'm just glad you're alright. What happened?
Well, I managed to get away from those people from before, but now... I think I'm lost.
Let me get this straight. You're not hurt, just lost. And they're not chasing you anymore? The people that were after you before?
Yes, thank you. I'm alright now.
Look around you. Do you see any landmarks? Can you describe what you see?
I see a bunch of shops nearby.
How far from the South Station are you?
Pretty far, I think. I didn't think about where I was going. I just ran. It's kind of messy here with a bunch of little streets.
Alright, I'll come find you. Stay there. Don't move an inch.
Okay, I'll stay here. And,
Yeah?
I promise this isn't a hoax. You might not believe me, but I really need your help. I swear I'm telling the truth. I'll be waiting for you. I hope you'll come and find me. If you don't come,
Louise? Louise! What was she trying to tell me?
I realize this is out of the blue, but you don't happen to be looking for a little girl named Louise?
I am. How did you know that?
A good guess. I've fallen for her old pranks myself once or twice.
Pranks?
Yeah, she's a bored little girl with too much time on her hands. No one around here takes her seriously anymore. Think about it. I mean, she's been living here for several hundred years. Several hundred years. I mean, how easily could she get lost?
Of course. Just because she sounds like a child. No child in this world is truly a child any longer.
And even if she is lost, I mean, it's not as though she's hurt or in any kind of danger or something. I'm sure someone will help her out.
Hope, what do you think? Is this just another one of her famous pranks? The way she got cut off.
Okay, so I'm going to pause the video once more. Before I do that, I'm going to open this chest if we can. Oh, I can't.
Just add to the drama.
I guess we need more
There's
EP than
something in her
3.
voice, a real
That's a shame, but I'm not going to need it for anything else now.
Whatever the
Right,
case,
so I'm going to
gonna
pause the
find
video
her.
once again once we
Somewhere
get to
far
the
from
Warren,
South
which is the
Station.
next destination.
Did she say messy little streets?
She has to be talking about Old Town.
Okay then, so here in the Warren area is where we want to start looking at being. I don't think we're quite there yet, but I do want to speak to some people because one of them is not that one. Right, so we're looking for a person called Lackey or something along those lines. I could be mistaken on that, but I'm sure we'll find him when we see him. He's in the southeastern section of the Warren, and since I've got to go to the Warren anyway for the quest for Louisa, it kind of makes sense to do everything in one, if at all possible. Oh, what was that I just saw then? Ah, this could be the one we need. We're going to have to fight these. We've got bloody 5% less health. Oh well, we've nearly
No looking back.
finished in this area completely, and then we can go back off to the Ark. So that was a nice quick battle. Those gremlins are quite easy to take down, in all honesty. This is the one, Lackley.
Hey, little missy. How about a drink?
Looks like you've already had enough for both of us.
Not by half. I'm just barely getting started here. You want to know why? Ask my dearly departed fiancée. She left me standing there like a fool at the altar.
Do you really blame her? Who wants to marry a drunkard?
You got it all wrong, honey. I started drinking after she left me. Everything has gone downhill since then. You probably won't believe me when I tell you, but I used to command a whole legion of the Order's finest men. Those days, I was on top of the world. Nothing could bring me down.
Then why did your fiancé leave you? You must have some idea.
Not even the foggiest. Me and Filiana, we were so in love. Or so I thought. Then she disappeared and never came back.
She disappeared out of the blue? Are you sure something didn't happen to her? You did look for her, didn't you?
Of course I did. From the palace in Yuznan to the edge of the wildlands. I searched for decades, but I never even heard a whisper of Filiana. And when I described her, no one had ever even seen her pass through. My Filiana was a looker. No one could have forgotten seeing her. We were the happiest two people could be. But then, I crashed down from heaven to hell. There's no salvation to be found in this world. No God or Savior to deliver us.
And if there's no salvation, then there's no hope?
Can you honestly tell me that I'm wrong? Show me. Show me where there's any hope in this place. What? You're gonna find my Filiana for me and prove me wrong?
Okay, so this is a quest we're picking up now, but we are not going to be doing anything with it for the moment. We need to wait until we move on to more
If
areas.
there's still hope in this world, it has to be found. You have to look for it.
Ha! You're a tough chick with a good heart. Thanks for offering. That's good enough for me.
I said I was willing to try, and I meant it. Where was the last place you saw what was certainly your better half?
You're actually going to go find her? Filiana and I both lived in Yuznan back in those days. She was a fantastic cook. Her skills got her a job at a swanky restaurant where all the foodies went.
Did you check out the restaurants in Yuznan? It's possible she's working in one.
Oh, you don't get how desperate I was back then. I checked every lead I could get my hands on, but I found nothing.
I'll go back and check them again.
What? You will? You would do that? For a stranger? I don't know what to say. Here, take this with you. Matching rings. Seeing it just reminds me of her, but I don't have the courage to throw it away.
Okie dokie. And now that we have definitely got that quest, we can go and finish the previous quest we were working on, which will then bring us to the end of this episode. I don't know, I'm using the ladder. Oh look, we'll use another one. Could have just jumped down, but someone put the ladder there, so we may as well show our respect and use it, I guess, hadn't we? We don't want to go to the Den of Shadows. We just don't want that enemy either, but I've got a feeling we're going to end up fighting it, because this is who we need to speak to.
You, what's going on here?
I've seen her around. You don't want to mess with the likes of her. Run!
And could this be Louisa? I guess we're not going to find out for a little while. Oh well. We start off with some slightly less amounts of health, but hopefully we're going to finish this thing quite quickly because... I didn't actually mean to do that. Oh well. We don't need our EP for anything now, so... That's cool. Get some Spark Strike action. And there we go with the stagger and the end of the enemy. Goodbye. There shouldn't be anything else to fight now. Right, and now we will speak to this woman.
You must be Louise. I've come to take you home.
But who are you? Oh wait, you're the nice lady on the phone, aren't you? I recognize your voice.
That's right. Finally we meet.
Thank you for coming to save me. Even after tricking you all those times, I feel bad about what I did. Really. I mean, all those calls before, they were just pranks.
It's not a prank anymore when you find yourself in real danger. Being kidnapped is serious. Do you realize you would have been killed if I hadn't shown up?
To tell the truth, and don't get mad, I let myself get caught. I told the disciples I volunteer as tonight's sacrifice for the goddess.
What? Why on earth would you do something like that?
No, this is hard to explain. Okay, I know this is going to sound a little crazy, but just try and hear me out until the end. Please? The fact is, I lost faith a long time ago. This world has no future. We waited for hundreds of years for God or the Savior, and neither has shown up. No one knows if there's a tomorrow. Everyone just lives for themselves. No one cares about anything or anyone. So I had to find out if there was still hope.
What do you mean?
It was a bet, okay? I put it all on the line to see if people were really worth believing in anymore. I've pulled my share of pranks and caused trouble, and I've learned that most people will put up with your tricks a couple of times. But no matter how good I act, how much I cry, and how much I beg, no one ever trusts me the third time around. Even I know when to quit, so I made a bet.
Let me get this straight. You purposefully set me up twice and bet your life on me and my morals. Wagering I'd go against your expectations. You were betting on me to answer your third call.
If you did, then I'd be able to keep holding on to hope. I'd want to keep on living.
That's ridiculous. Do you even understand how lucky you are to be alive? You wouldn't be standing here talking to me if I hadn't made it in time.
I knew you'd come and save me, though. Don't ask me how, but I knew that you were a good person.
What made you think that? You don't know me at all.
I know. I just believed in you somehow. Maybe because I wanted to. I wanted to believe there was still hope in this dying world. And look what happened! You came through for me, just like I knew you would.
All of a sudden I feel like a pawn in your game, and you're the one playing both sides.
That was silly. Well, maybe a little. But I'm trying to thank you. I'm glad there are still people like you in the world. You inspire me to keep my faith in humanity.
In that case, you're welcome, I guess. I'm glad to hear that all that running around was worth something. Remember, your life is valuable. Don't ever forget that.
I promise I won't. And I'll never do anything like this ever again. Thank you.
Well, there we have it. Another side quest done and dusted. And another soul saved. So that's pretty much all I've got for you to do at the moment. We're going to move on to the next day in the next episode. So if you've got any time left, I've got 3 hours left. Then, you know, just do whatever you want to do. Catch up on any side quests you might not have managed to get done by this point. Or go and stock up on supplies or whatnot. Do some grinding. It's your choice. But until then, until the next episode, I'm going to say goodbye for now. I've been your host, Fuzzfinger. And I'll see you next time for more Lightning Returns. Bye for now, everyone. Take care.